How do? Welcome back to Witcombe Park Farm. Last episode we completed the harvest. We finished up with the biggest field, our newest field, 34 at the other side at map. We got the smallest field drilled with linseed. All of the fields are now limed and just waiting to be drilled. In between episodes I collected up all of the bales from 34, the top field. It gave us, I think it was 32, which is a full trailer, so that was lucky. Overall I think it's 108 straw bales we've got sat in storage. So come January they're going to make us a very nice amount of money. This episode we're going to get this field done. We're going to have a look at getting a roller. Probably have to get that on hire purchase unless there's one in the sale. But we're down to 18k now, so we haven't got much money left at all. By the time we come through to selling month, all of that money will be gone with monthly fees, with the loan and the equipment we've got on hire purchase. So we need to just go a bit steady. I've got one pallet of seed left in the shed. So I'm hoping, fingers crossed, that'll be enough to do all of our fields. Should be. I'm hoping, famous last words, but fingers crossed it will be. So for what we're planting where, let's just pull up the map quickly. Obviously we're doing poppy in 51. We've done linseed in 45 last episode. 34 will be poppy. And then we'll have 53 and 61 as linseed. So that'll give us our two biggest fields of poppy. And then three smaller ones linseed. Because the linseed yields a hell of a lot more than poppy does. So we want to make sure we've got enough of both to get through the year at the oil mill. And I'm hoping we should do. I haven't even looked actually. How much poppy do we have in oil mill? So we've got 32,000 litres. I don't think that'll be enough to take us through to next year. If it uses 5k or 6k, it's about 6 months worth we've got there. So no, it won't be. So next year we need to make sure we've got enough poppy in there to take us through the next 12 months. We're going to get the headlands done on this field. And then we're going to have a look at rollers. I think I've got 3 headlands on the go. No, I've only got 2. I'll change that to 3. It would just make it easier for AI worker, because I'll do headlands and then we'll set the AI worker doing the ups and downs whilst we go have a look at rollers. So we'll get these headlands done on a quick time lapse, and then we can have a look and see what rollers we can get. Right, end at Edlands done. That was alright. The John Deere did really well. Struggled on the uphills, but I haven't had a tractor yet that hasn't struggled on the uphills, so that is fine. I don't think we're ever not going to struggle on these uphills unless we get a massive tractor with loads of horsepower. So, what I want to do before I set the iWorker going, I just want to top up this seed. Just to be absolutely certain it doesn't run out whilst we're doing other things. Probably do a bit of fuel as well, but I think we are now empty on fuel. Yeah, we're empty. Okay, let's buy a little bit. We don't need loads. Let's go... We'll go 1,000 litres again. Until we can afford to fill it up. We're just going to have to keep putting 1,000 litres in as and when we need it. So the fun bit now is trying to get this drill into this shed. I'm hoping I can just, because it's famous last words, it is fairly easy, this drill. It turns on a sixpence, so I mean if all else fails we bring telehandler down, but I think we'll be alright as long as it fits, which it does. Doesn't. No, it doesn't fit. God damn it. That's close, is that though? Very close. I'm not going to bring telehandler down just for that. I'll just pull it forward a bit. We're basically in. We're basically there, aren't we? Do you know what I mean? It's not as if we're miles away. Right, 60%. That should do us the rest of the fields, I'm hoping. This will be a decent field to have as well at some point. Okay, let's get this bad boy lined up. So, AI worker, we've done 3 headlands. Don't work the headlands. Okay, let's just make sure he's up and running. Yes, he is away. Let's have a quick look in sale before we do all else, just to make sure there isn't a cheap roller. It's a nice big bud in there, but 140k. 600 horsepower though, that's nice. That'd definitely work going up them hills. One of our harvesters. Another one of our harvesters, God. No roller though. That's... Have we already got that? Yeah, we've already got that. So we've got 2 available to us. Land Roller's 275 horsepower. New Holland's 359. What's the John Deere? 280. So we can pull the Land Roller. What's that going to be on a monthly? I mean, it's huge. I don't think it's too big for farm because it folds down. It is very long though. And it doesn't turn very well from memory. This one's half the size. Crossboard. Don't know what that does. No idea. So that's 7 mile an hour. And that's 8 So it's bigger and it's faster. I'm just unsure as to whether we're going to get stuck going around Farmyard with it. Plus it's nearly 3 times the price. We'll go with this. We can always upgrade next year if it's not going to be enough. But we'll do it over 5 years, so it's only 800 quid a month. We are going to have to start paying off some of this equipment. Once we've sold off all his gear, we should have more than enough. We've got 108 bales. 190,000 litres of linseed. And then we'll have 2 cuts of silage to go as well in June, which will be about 40 bales. But we do want to have a look at a second harvester. That's going to be one of the main bits of kit we want next year. Here comes train. We are going to stagger the drilling this month. So I think we will do... So we've already done 45. If we do 51... I think we'll probably do 61 this month as well. And then next month, we're still going to be in planting season, aren't we? Yeah, so next month we can get 53 in the top field done. Just so it gives us a couple of months to be able to harvest. Like I said, the goal next year is to get a second harvester anyway. Squishing humans. But still, I just want to play it safe and make sure that we're not overwhelmed with having to harvest all 5 or 6 fields in 1 month. Whoa, look at that oil. That's something else I wanted to look at. Forklift, wasn't it? We can bring the flatbed down here and leave that flatbed because we've got the rat pack. So the only thing we're going to be using flatbed for really is going to be the lettuce, question mark? Think so. So yeah, we can bring the flatbed down here. Ooh, I forgot about that front tank fit sprayer. Have we got a front weight on? No. Might as well take that back with us at the same time. So we've got 4 bags of seed and a bag of solid fert down here that we need to pick up at some point as well. Am I at the wrong side? Or have I got a front weight? I ain't got a front weight. Yeah, I am at the wrong side. So I think when we bring the flatbed down to oil mill, we'll swing by the store and just take all these bags back up to the farm. So we got them. Yeah, I think we've probably made the right decision, for now at least anyway, with this roller. I don't think... Well, I think we would have struggled manoeuvring the land roller through farmyard. So we'll get this back up. We'll start off with... Is it 47, the small field? I think it's 47. We'll get the small field done. And then we can start, we can move on and start on the bigger field. But this will be the last job for this month. We've been in September, 2 episodes. But we are going to finally move on to October. Bringing us ever closer to that selling time. I'm so excited to get to selling time this year. We've got so much produce that needs to go. I'll just drop this roller off whilst we take the spray tank into shed. Nice. Okay. Could do with a front weight as well, but I don't think I've got a spare one. Thinking about it. I think we've only got one, and that's on John Deere. With drill, let's just double check. Yeah, we've only got one front weight. I'm hoping it's not going to be an issue, it shouldn't be. See, places like that the Land Roller wouldn't fit. Definitely. We could go through the middle. I think we might be alright, you know, actually thinking about it. We've got a lot of room when we've got this roller on. So we might be alright. Right, we'll get this one done. I might just move straight onto Big Field on the same time lapse. Not sure. Because I can't imagine this field taking as long at all to do. But we'll see. We'll see how long it takes us. Because it's going to take us a while, I think, to do a bigger field. Certainly with the uphill segments of it. But this will increase our yield by 5%, so definitely worth it. And like I say, with a mulcher, that'll be another 5%. I think. Let me just double check. No, it's 5% total. So it's 2.5% on your rolling, 2.5% on mulching, so we'll get a 2.5% boost on this harvest, but if we get the mulcher next year, we'll get a 5% boost. I suppose the question is 2.5% worth it? For me, when you're doing... I suppose it comes down to the amount of yield you get. And we're getting quite a lot of yield. So if you think about it, linseed wise, we've got about 200,000 litres. So 2.5% of that is, I mean, it's not a lot, 5,000 litres. But it's an extra 7 or 8 grand on harvest. And then when you pair that with the mulching will give you another 10,000 litres. So it's definitely worth it, mulching and rolling. But I'm still happy to roll. 2.5% is 2.5%, do you know what I mean? I'm not going to sniff at it. So let's get this field done. And because we've been rabbiting on, I think we'll move straight on to Big Field after this. And get them both done in one time lapse. And then that will more than likely take us to end the episode. And then we can pass on to next month. And start next month on the next section of drilling. So let's get this rolling done. Well, I think that went really well. This is the only implement we've used on this field that hasn't lost speed going uphill. We've had a constant 7, which is its wicking speed. We did lose like 1 mile an hour every now and then to 6, but overall, I'm very impressed. And I don't think we would have got that with a land roller, because it required, what, another 130, 140 horsepower? At least with this one, we've got a lot more horsepower than we need, so the hills are not an issue. AI Workers just finished drilling the last field for this month as well. So that worked good on time-wise. What I'm going to do, I'm going to roll that bottom field off camera. Just get it done quickly now. Because we've already watched me roll 2 fields. I don't think you need to watch me roll a third. And then we can just get prepped. Well, we can move on to next month. And then we can get prepped and everything sorted. Ready for the start of next episode. Because we're going to have a lot to do next month. Not just the drilling and the rolling. We're going to have all the alfalfa to mow, row, bale, and then get into storage. So let's get this guy off field. He's done what he needed to do. Looks like he's done a pretty good job as well, to be honest. Still got a decent amount of seed left. We have got 2 big fields to do next month, so we'll have to just see. I was wondering as well if it's possible, we'll have a look next episode, to have the roller following on behind the drill. Kill 2 birds with 1 stone. I can't see why it would be an issue. We'd just start to check working width at drill, make sure it's the same as the roller, which I think it is. I don't think there's much difference. So the drill is 8 meters and roller is, oh no, it's 12 and a half. That's a shame. I was hoping to kill 2 birds with 1 stone with that. But to be fair, we could do like 3 or 4 headlands. Once the headlands are done, we could set the AI worker rolling whilst we finish the field. But we'll have a look at that next episode. I'll get this done, and I'll bring it back once it's all finished. Okay. Rolling. Done. That didn't take us too long at all, to be honest. So we'll get this moved over to the next field. We'll pass on to October. Hopefully the alfalfa will be ready to harvest. I think it will be if last harvest is out to go by. And I'm going to the wrong field. Still think we made the right choice on this roller because it's a lot easier to navigate. Right, that is ready and waiting. Anything else to do this month? I don't think there is. He's ready for there. No, I don't think there is. Well, let's pass on to October. Ooh, wow. That is a big whack of cash gone. That's like 10 grand. We've still got October, so we're going to have November, December, possibly even January. So that's like 30k. Oh, dear me. Okay, the alfalfa's not ready. Do we have another month? We do have another month, so fingers crossed it'll be ready in November. So that's okay, I suppose. It just leaves us the drilling and rolling to do this year. Oh, we might have to do that contract, you know. We might just have to do it. We might have to do a couple of contracts, really. Let's just double check that I'm right, and it is 10k. Why is it not showing me any in October? So the loans is 3,700. Where's my higher purchase costs? 3,700. Fertilizer, fuel, production, vehicle leasing. So 6,200. I've got bloody 1,300 quid property maintenance. So that's what, 7.5. So yeah, it's like 11 grand. Ooh-wee. Yeah, we're gonna have to take that. That's to at least get us through next month. We won't do it though, we'll just set an AI worker doing it. God, it's dark today, it's morning time. Which field are we going to? Well, we're miles away up field 10. Oh, it's a big old harvester, this as well. Try and avoid wiping out the Mercedes tractor. I feel like we need to just forward time a bit. Try and get a bit of daylight. I hope that bale load is automatic. I've never used it before. I've only ever used the one that goes up back at lorry. Oh yeah, operating position, so I believe it is an auto load. Alright, let's get this guy following the harvester. Right, let me just check the route. So we are going out of here, right down the road, over the bridge, right again. God, it's a fair distance. I wonder if it's easier actually just to follow this road past our farm and just follow it up. Or does that road stop there? I think it stops there, doesn't it? I'm just concerned about getting the harvester through these tight bits. We could still go that way past our field and then round up. Either way, we're going to have to go through this village centre bit. I just want to have a look at this here. Does this road stop here? Right, we need some light. I think this road goes all the way through. Yeah, it does. Okay, so we'll take the normal route back to the farm and then just carry on up, and that should take us all the way up fruit forest into our field. Right, I'm going to do this on a time lapse. Dead quick time lapse just to get it up there. And then we can finish the episode there, I think. Okay, we are here. Just got to find the way into the field. That bit of road that went through the forest was absolutely beautiful. Still astounds me, this map. Right, where's my way in? Is it up there? I think so. My guy's still following. He is, he's just struggling on L, but he's still going. Ooh, that's a narrow gate. We're alright, we're there. Okay. So, that'll be ready to go. Start the next episode. So let's take all that, finish off myself. As a fellow farmer comes down the hill in his John Deere. So he got on back. Don't know. It's either a muck spreader or a mixer, TMR mixer, mixing wagon. Oh, well, that fence goes all the way around. Well, we won't need this guy until the harvest's completed anyway. Right, so I think we are all set for next episode. We're going to get this field drilled and then we'll move on to top field. Let's have a quick look in sale. Not like we've got any money, but you never know. Might be some cheap seed, fertiliser, something like that. There's a Macton. That's dirt cheap as well. No, nothing for us apart from a nice harvester that wouldn't say no to. Right, well, I think that's going to do it for this one, guys. I hope you've enjoyed it. If you have, please hit that like button. Subscribe if you want to help me out. Thanks for watching, and I will see you next time.